The Benton Lake National Wildlife Refuge spans more than 12,000 acres just north of Great Falls. Hundreds of species of birds have been seen here, but each spring something extra special happens, and you can see it from the Grouse House. Our Grouse House adventure starts before the sun comes up, driving the dark gravel road on the refuge. As soon as we get out of our vehicles, we can already hear the birds.
They get here real early.
We met up with Refuge manager Bob Johnson an hour and a half before sunrise to make the trek to the small enclosure that will bring us up close and personal with nature at its finest.
We are at Benton Lake National Wildlife Refuge north of Great Falls, and we're going out to the most popular public use facility that we have. It's a Sharp-tailed Grouse blind.
Bob has worked at the refuge and around these birds for more than 30 years, but he hasn't spent a morning in the Grouse House for over a decade. He's tagging along with us today for this highly coveted experience.
People love this thing.
The small blind comes into view as we make the several hundred-yard walk from the road.
Pretty basic.
There's been some form of a grouse house here since the late 80s. The one we're stepping into today was built by an Eagle Scout in 2010. The dark and chilly building is outfitted with a few chairs and can accommodate up to 10 people. It seems like a basic shed until Bob opens the windows to another world. It feels like we're invisible observers spying on this dance. The sharp-tailed grouse are harder to spot in this early morning light, but there's no mistaking the sounds of their little feet stomping on the ground in an innate choreography.
It's just really something that when you watch how these birds do it, and you always wonder, how do they know what they're doing? I mean, they just all show up here, and it's been going on for eons, and it continues. It's really something neat to watch.
There are around 35 males with just a handful of females.
The middle of the lek are the oldest and most fit. And that's where the females all want to go to breed with those males. They have the best genetics. Of course, they have to run the gauntlet to get there.
On this particular morning, many of the males seem to have forgotten their goal, spending more time fighting each other than paying attention to the lady grouse. As more light illuminates the lek, we see just how stamped down the grass is on this traditional breeding ground. Why they pick this spot time and time again is something we'll never know.
I know we're just miles, not even 15 miles from town, 10 miles from town. And just to be able to witness this is awesome.
And it goes on for 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then everybody kind of disperses and they do it again tomorrow.
You can put in your reservation, your request any time of year, and then the lottery to come stay in the Grouse House happens the last Monday in March every year. So get in your request anytime for your chance to come hang out here in April and early May.